Welcome, esteemed colleagues and nuclear enthusiasts. Today we're delving into the colossal world of thermonuclear weaponry, specifically the behemoth known as the Mk-17 TX-17. As a nuclear engineer with decades of experience in the field, I can assure you that this particular bomb stands out in the annals of Cold War history. Let's begin with the raw numbers. The Mk-17, developed by the United States in 1954, boasted a staggering yield of approximately 15 to 20 megatons. To put that into perspective, we were talking about an explosion, roughly 1,000 times more powerful than the bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Well, the Mk-217 wasn't just powerful, it was enormous. Weighing in at over 10 tons, it was one of the heaviest and largest bombs ever constructed. To give you a visual, imagine a school bus. Now, imagine that school bus filled with enough explosive power to level an entire metropolitan area. It's the Mk-17 for you. The destructive potential of this weapon was almost beyond comprehension. In an era where mutually assured destruction was the prevailing doctrine, the Mk-17 served as the ultimate deterrent. Its very existence sent a clear message. We have the power to end civilization as we know it. This was not a precision tool for tactical engagements. It was a sledgehammer designed to crush entire nations. A single Mk-17 could obliterate any city on Earth, with fallout spreading over thousands of square miles. The blast radius alone would extend for miles, with thermal radiation causing third-degree burns at even greater distances. The ability to unleash destruction on this scale raises profound questions about the nature of warfare, deterrence, and the responsibilities that come with such awesome power. It represents a pivotal moment in the arms race, where the limits of thermonuclear weapon design were pushed to their absolute extremes, while it may have been retired decades ago. The legacy of the Mk-17 continues to influence nuclear policy and strategy to this day. The Mk-17 serves as a stark reminder of the potential consequences of nuclear conflict and the importance of arms control efforts. They remind us of the awesome responsibilities that come with advanced technology and the constant need for vigilance in preventing nuclear proliferation and conflict. This wasn't just a weapon. It was a seismic event waiting to happen. Remember, in the field of nuclear engineering, our greatest challenge is not just in pushing the boundaries of what's possible, but in ensuring that our creations serve the cause of peace and progress rather than destruction. Until next time, this is your nuclear engineering expert, signing off. Now, you might be wondering why I referred to this bomb as a behemoth. By the late 1950s, advances in nuclear weapon design were already making these early thermonuclear bombs obsolete. Smaller, lighter warheads with comparable yields were being developed, offering more flexibility in deployment and delivery systems. The sheer size of this weapon presented unique challenges. It wasn't a matter of simply loading it onto any available aircraft. It represented the zenith of the bigger is better philosophy in bomb design. Subsequent weapons would focus more on efficiency, reliability, and versatility, rather than sheer explosive power. The lessons learned from the Mk-17 program would inform the development of more sophisticated nuclear arsenals in the decades to come. The Mk-17 required special bombers just to get it off the ground. The challenges of containing and controlling such a massive fusion reaction led to advancements in materials, science, precision manufacturing, and theoretical physics. The atmospheric nuclear tests conducted during this period released vast amounts of radioactive material into the environment. It's contributing to global fallout. The legacy of these tests continues to be studied and debated to this day. Many of these advancements would later find applications in peaceful nuclear technologies, such as fusion reactor research. The Mk-17 represented the culmination of early hydrogen bomb technology, where bigger truly meant better in the eyes of military strategists. It was the nuclear equivalent of bringing a sledgehammer to a nail-driving contest. Effective, but hardly subtle. The B-36 Peacemaker, a strategic bomber with a wingspan longer than a football field, is one of the few aircraft capable of carrying this monstrous payload. Even then, it was a tight fit, pushing the limits of what was aerodynamically possible at the time. But why build such a massive bomb? Well, in the early days of thermonuclear weapons development, size constraints were less of a concern than raw power. Let's take a moment to consider the engineering feat that the Mk-217 represented. Creating a fusion reaction on this scale required precise control over temperatures hotter than the surface of the sun. all contained within a deliverable package. The bomb utilized a staged design, where a fission primary would trigger the fusion of deuterium and tritium in the secondary stage. This two-stage process allowed for the immense yield, far beyond what was possible with pure fission weapons. However, the Mk-17 was more than just a technological marvel. It was a blunt instrument of mass annihilation in its rawest form. The psychological impact of such a weapon cannot be overstated. Interestingly, despite its immense power, the Mk-17 had a relatively short operational life. The retirement of the Mk-17 marked the end of an era in nuclear weaponry. From an engineering perspective, the Mk-17 pushed the boundaries of what was possible with the technology of the time. It's worth noting that while the Mk-17 was never used in combat, its development and testing had significant environmental impacts. As we reflect on the Mk-17, it's important to consider the ethical implications of such weapons. In conclusion, the Mk-17 TX-17 stands as a testament to human ingenuity and the terrifying potential of nuclear technology. As we move forward into an uncertain future, the lessons learned from the development and eventual retirement of weapons, like the Mk-17, remain critically important. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of one of the most powerful weapons ever created.